This week, our beautiful sun, the sun within us, our consciousness, the life, is activating gate 64 in the I Ching and Jing keys. This frequency is activating a genetic codon within our DNA that is stimulating our consciousness field theme, the theme of the life this week. The transformational path of this frequency moves from the shadow of confusion to the highest frequency of illumination, and it's via the path of imagination. Before we go into the understanding of this frequency, let's take a quick peek at the human design holographic body graph so we can understand this frequency from within us, from within our body. So the sun this week is activating gate 64. Gate 64 is located in the crown center right over here, gate 64, and it's earth. So the sun is also activating gate 63. It's earth, and it's also in the crown center. The crown center is our mental pressure. It's where we get big ideas and inspiration. Now, gate 64 at the shadow is confusion. Gate 63 at the shadow is doubts. Gate 64 is creating a quantum field channel with gate 47 called abstraction. This is abstract energy of sensing. This energy is about thinking through past experiences while trying to make sense out of the past. You can come to clarity and meaning through deep reflection here. Now, gate 63 is also creating a quantum field channel with gate 4. From the earth, from gate 64 is activating 63, that's its earth. But additionally, we have Saturn sitting in gate 63 until January. Right now, we're having Mercury in gate 4. So gate 4 and gate 63 are creating a quantum field channel. It's called the channel of logic. This energy is about creation of hypothesis. It starts with the head center putting mental pressure to search for the meaning and purpose of life through the projection of patterns into the future. The 64th I Ching has to be the most unusual of them all, as it is the last, the end frequency of this divine book of change. These codes are alive from within us, so when we enter into contemplation of them, they unconsciously get activated from inside us, and the life reflects their qualities back to us. As long as you stay open and engaged with the process, you will receive insights from the I Ching. I know the whole process can be confusing, and the 64th shadow is confusion. The secret to confusion is time. Simple as that. All that's needed is time for clarity on its own, a natural process. At the shadow frequency, we never allow confusion, the process of time, or enough time. At the shadow level, we allow for external and sometimes internal forces to pressure us into premature action. We simply don't wait. Contemplation needs time. Digestion needs time before it can absorb and assimilate the nutrients, before it can make sense to us. So this whole transformational path is moving from confusion to illumination. And this is what the life truly is. And this is what it means to find out who and what you truly are. What is the purpose and meaning of it all? These are the questions that we carry deep inside us. We all do. Until you arrive to a certain point in your evolution, when you become aware of these questions, you're living in shadowland. There's nothing wrong or bad about that. It's just that you're sleeping in the matrix of your mind. You're dreaming. Listen, your dream could be great. You can have a lot of fun in there. The gene keys are all about awakening, and awakening can be uncomfortable. And this is the state of confusion. You have to realize that you are confused. You are confused about reality. And this is what the word confusion means at its root. You're merged and you're fused in with creation. Your true potential remains unrealized. I know it's uncomfortable to realize that you're asleep and yet still be asleep. We need to return to the symbolism of alchemy to get to the bottom of this gene key. We are the chaos of the elements, the primal chaos, the potential, the raw material. The life is a laboratory. It takes us on a series of tests, initiations, and transformations in which our true nature is revealed from within. In between these transformations, we're living the life. So confusion only really arrives when transformation is around. In confusion, we enter the void state, where everything we think we know about ourselves is questioned Everything's up for grabs. And then there are always transformations. They are catalyzed by karmic forces acting out in the life. For example, maybe your house gets robbed, or maybe you really get sick, or maybe your lover has an affair, or maybe someone close to you dies. There are always transformational forces. They are part of the drama of the life. They all allow us the possibility of awakening something that is hidden in our nature. And they each invite us to either expand or contract in our heart and mind. The 64th shadow is never far away, and it always accompanies a transformation, big or small. It's all about entering the not knowing, entering the mystery. To the mind, this may be frightening and confusing, because the not knowing is infinite, and that is terrifying for the mind. The mind will always try to find a way out of uncertainty. It tries to reduce confusion. The mind wants to reason it away. It wants to come up with the reason for the state that you're in. And then it gets you to take some sort of action, to try to resolve the confusion, to make it all go away. It tries to put things back in order so you have the illusion of feeling safe again. The irony is that an action that arises out of confusion creates more confusion. These are the times that we humans are most tested, when we're doubtful and confused. Most humans are not able or willing to stay that vulnerable, and they retreat to false order and control, or seek assistance or advice from the outside, which prevents them from staying in the uncertainty. And then they end up repressing the transformation that was inviting them to evolve their awareness in some way. At the shadow frequency, people don't like change. People like consistency. And this is the dilemma of the 64th shadow, consistency. People just like order. The shadow consciousness needs order to feel safe. And this is why it's the dilemma. The 64th I Ching is originally named before completion. It refers to the transformational state. It's incomplete in its nature. Unlike the 63rd I Ching, which is originally named after completion, the 64th isn't progressive or logical. It specializes in sudden quantum leaps. If you don't embrace the confusion, you don't get the quantum leaps. You stay with the safe, with the consistency in the life, the way things are. The key with this frequency is time. You have to stay with the uncertainty and allow the time to reveal the mystery and the magic hidden inside. The 64th gift, the way to alchemize the shadow and raise the vibration, imagination. So when you allow confusion, time, and space, you allow the magic to come in. This is the gift of imagination, and imagination is about magic, surprises, and the unexpected. These 64 I Chings, gene keys, are powerful. They're not just about dealing with challenging states. They're magical keys to unlock our transformations. As I stated in the beginning, when you enter contemplation with the gene keys, you engage the hidden forces of evolution within you. You begin to literally tempt magic into the life. The word imagination comes from the word magic, which means influencing matter, manipulating matter, which is what imagination is. Think about the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Someone one day had an idea and decided to build a huge tower of metal in the middle of the city. A few decades later, we have the Eiffel Tower, now an iconic symbol of France, part of the identity of a culture. Before, it never existed. That's the power of the mind, imagination, magic, manipulating matter. The 64th gift is about psychic energy, mind over matter. I'm not referring to being psychic. This is about engaging with the transformational force of nature. And they are hidden in matter, inside our DNA. Every gift has an inherent genius, and the 64th gift receives psychic energy of creativity. This is the gift of action. It's not enough to just imagine something. You need to enact it and implement it. The 64th shadow has the vision, but it's too afraid to commit to it because it will change everything in their safe little world. The 64th gift is the genius of listening to the visions that come from the imagination of the right brain and trusting in them. It takes true courage to surrender to the evolutionary force of evolution inside you. Because it's like riding a wild stallion. You can only guide it to a certain direction. It has to agree to go to that direction. To allow the fulfillment of this genius, you have to allow deep change in the life. You cannot afford to be married to consistency. Oscar Wilde once said, "Consistency is the last refuge of a truly unimaginative." Imagination means to create something magical out of the mist of confusion. It requires deep patience. You cannot rush the creative process. It will shut you down the minute you get into the mind to try to figure it out. You have to live through these gifts. You have to trust the impulses moving through your imagination, your wildest dreams. The 64th gift is illogical, poetic, it's wild. It's trusting in the spontaneous, the unacceptable, and the unexpected. It's before completion. There's always the possibility for a greater leap in consciousness. There's always a possibility for a miracle, and that's the power of imagination. The 64th city, the highest frequency, illumination. The crown and glory, illumination. The moment you are truly awake, you are lit up from within. That which has been hidden within your DNA for so long now blazes out of every cell of your being, your body. You are the light of the world. You are the infinite. You are the magic. I empower you this week to create space, get to higher awareness, notice your thoughts, feel all the sensations fully that come up in the body this week, and shine the light of awareness to any uncertainty or doubt, and feel deeply the sensations in your body, and tap into your imagination to the magic and let it run wild by embodying it. Be blessed.